What's up, y'all? It's FTKComputer. How are you guys doing? So unless you've been living under a rock, you've seen all the craziness going around with the Resident Evil 4 remake. It's so successful. I've heard it's even more successful than the original Resident Evil 4. And that's a big feat because that game is a great game and it's super popular and it's been popular for a long time. So now that people have done that first and even maybe second playthrough and are kind of having fun with mercenaries and stuff, there's been a lot of buzz about what's coming next. And typically what would come next, obviously, the remake of Resident Evil 5. However, I am here to say why I think that Capcom should not do a Resident Evil 5 remake. So, first off, I think that it's too soon. I don't feel like Resident Evil 5 came out that long ago. Yes, it's been a long time. I think it's been like 10 years. But at the same time, like, I don't feel like that game really needs a remake just yet. I think it's still too fresh in our minds. Same with Resident Evil 6. However, it has been a long time since Resident Evil created a game with a good co-op campaign story. And so what I think should happen after Resident Evil Village, which I believe is Resident Evil 8, Resident Evil 9 should be a brand new co-op campaign game. Now, I can hear the clicking and the clacking of the keys in the comments of the Resident Evil survival horror, purists saying how, no, that's not real survival horror and I don't like Resident Evil games. But I'm going to need y'all to sit down because y'all have had y'all fun. With all the remakes so far and even 7 and 8, we've had that kind of solo survivor experience. However, I feel like it's been a long time since we've had a co-op campaign game. The last one obviously being Revelations 2. However, it still wasn't truly co-op. It was couch co-op, but one character had more of the responsibility than the other. And I feel like Resident Evil 6 wasn't that long ago either, but it didn't really give me what I wanted when it came to horror. It was a little bit too much action. And I think now, after seeing those games kind of run their course, 5, 6, and Revelations 2, I think that Resident Evil could really give us that perfect co-op campaign Resident Evil that people, I think, were looking for in Resident Evil 5 that ended up just being a little bit too action focused. Resident Evil created something magic with Resident Evil 5 despite its criticisms. I've been a lifelong gamer and I believe that Resident Evil 5 is probably my favorite co-op gaming experience with friends. Like, just the being able to work together, the times when you split up, the funny quick time events and like ridiculous scenarios was just a lot of fun. However, I think that now with all the information that they've gained, they could really make an incredible co-op horror experience. Because I feel like even where they fell short, there hasn't been anything to really create that same kind of experience that the Resident Evil 5 and 6 games created. Alright. I couldn't even get it out! Ah! What did you just go into the furnace? You just went into the furnace. I tried to turn around and run back, and it was too late. Now, I know there are other survival horror games. One that comes to mind right now is Dark Pictures, and I'm currently playing it, so I kind of understand the comparisons, but I feel like that's more story focused and the gameplay is more basic, and so I feel like I would really love something in between Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 5, Revelations 7 and 8. Let's keep 6 out of it, even though it was fun. We don't need to bring that back. I would really like a good, scary, but fun co-op campaign game. I also think this would be the perfect time to bring back some old characters that we love. I would like to see a co-op game with Sheva and Jill. I think that would be cool. We know they know each other. Resident Evil likes to jump around the timeline. Give us a whole new place. One thing Resident Evil 5 and 6 did well was give us those locations. I really enjoyed the Chinese location, the, Kenya-ish. I don't know what country it was supposed to be, but they did a really good job building those, like, worlds, even though they're real, but you know what I mean. So, like, I feel like giving us a new Resident Evil in a different location that we haven't seen before would be really amazing. Even if it's in America, like somewhere, I don't care. I just feel like that would be a great move instead of a Resident Evil 5 remake. Because we still get the co-op experience, but we don't necessarily need to still... Like, I feel like we know, like, if I had to recall the Resident Evil 5, like, story chapter by chapter, I'm pretty sure I could. Because it was that recent. I feel like a new one, Resident Evil 9... with co-op, which we haven't seen in a long time, would be a great next move. And I know some of y'all are like, I don't like the co-op games. Y'all need to get some friends, because playing Resident Evil with friends is amazingly fun. Yes, there are those silly moments. Yeah, they're the frustrating moments, but I think it's just so much fun. So that's what I think they should do next. Let me know what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Would you want a Resident Evil 5 remake? Do you not feel like it's too soon? Let me know. So, alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.